Hello and welcome. My name is Adama and this is Lilith Astrology. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I'm so excited to come on today to talk about this week's astrology. And there is a lot going on in the cosmos, and you can see this reflected in the world events that we are experiencing. So I'm going to talk about all of those things today. We're going to really dive into the transits, get you prepared for the week ahead. And of course, first, I have some announcements. And I encourage you, because to that point, all of the craziness that's going on in the world right now, grab, your hot chocolates, grab a tea. You can grab wine like me. It's like life short. We might as well have have a nice little adult beverage while we go over these intense transits that we are experiencing. So go and grab that. Head to the kitchen and come back. So let's get into some announcements. Just a few exciting updates at lilithastrology.com. So, of course, you can still text Lilith to 877-624-9350. This is my text line. So, right before I jumped on the live, I texted the Lilith Text Tribe that I was going live. So, this is a great way for me to keep up with all of you. And it's a lot better than the algorithm and just relying on that and relying on email because it can get lost. So this is a great way to keep up with me. It's completely free. And I also talk about the transits. There's also important announcements coming. I'm going to be doing workshops that are only for Text Tribe members. So they'll gain the access and the links to be able to join future webinars for free. So join. And also, of course, my Black Moon Lilith Rising book and Cosmic Alchemy Oracle cards are now for sale. And you can shop via the link down below. And during that, if you go to that link, basically you can fill in your information and gain access to a free workshop. That's a great companion to the book and the deck. So click that link down below. And if you've already purchased it, it's on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, local bookstores, and you can check out where you can buy it. And so basically you buy it on those websites and then you come back over, give us your receipt, fill in the information, and you can gain access to the workshop. And it's all about alchemy, self-empowerment, and Black Moon Lilith, and just expounding on some of the things in the book and in the Oracle deck. So you can still check that out. And the access to that is immediate once you enter in your information. And also readings as well. So I have my books open. I am doing one-on-one readings. These are all on Zoom, and you can purchase them at lilithastrology.com. Also, the links down below, and I have 15, 30, 45, and 60-minute sessions. So you can purchase the one that makes the most sense for you. And also, you can check out Black Moon Lilith Collective is now opened up as a editorial section on lilithastrology.com. So it's free to read the content. And basically, I've been launching weekly horoscopes there. We're going to have a lot of other content coming as the months progress. So you can head to lilithastrology.com. And what's great about the text tribe as well is I always text when a new article is posted so you can keep up with the tribe there. You also can sign up for email. And another thing about the text tribe is that it's a toll-free number, but it's right now US and Canada. So just a note about that. If you are outside of those countries, because I did receive some messages about that, join the email list for now. And when we go global, you can totally join the list. So, yeah, so that's all of our latest happenings. Really excited about the book and the deck. And oh, another exciting thing. It varies from day to day, but basically on Amazon, the book made it to number 1 in the New Age Goddesses category on Amazon specifically for the book. And I think the deck was in the top 20, but it was so exciting. The book made it to number 1 in that category, which is really, really cool. It's the niche essentially, and really awesome. So thank you to everyone who has been purchasing the book and the deck, because it wouldn't be even be on the list without you guys. So super excited about that. Yeah, so check them out. So now let's get down to life, the astrology. What is going on this week? I mean, last week, the Mars Pluto square over the weekend and the beginning of last week. That was one for the books. Let me tell you, that was one for the century. Yeah, it's just to segue on, just to like comment on the things that are going on in the world right now. It's just so sickening, and it can feel very disheartening just hearing these things that are just so deeply disturbing. And my heart goes out to all the innocent people that are just, yeah, being killed, being harmed, and being deeply and negatively affected by this. It's really, really challenging. And the thing about transits like that, so this is the Mars Pluto square, and I did dive into more of the astrology about the specific attack, the terrorist attack, essentially. And I talked about that more last week. So if you want, you can dive into last week's episode after this. But that Mars Pluto square had a big hand in this, and we had the eclipse. There's a lot popping off, but you can look at these transits on a collective scale. So an event like that is the collective manifestation, because we are all affected by it. It's world news. And then we have our own individual lives. So last week, a lot of you went through just some abrupt changes, some serious decisions, um, just some friction, some tension that really triggered you to want to change certain things in your life and want to clear certain things. And what may come off as roadblocks, now this week, you're going to realize, oh, that needed to fall away, or that needed to change, or that didn't need to happen, because then I wouldn't have received what's coming in for me now. So I don't want to say this week is like fabulous. I don't want to say that. I just want to say that this week coming up is very transformative and empowering. And I think a lot of people are going to have some positive breakthroughs um, this week. So, really, the theme overall for this week is understanding the value of knowing yourself. I think that's one thing that I am on my soapbox about and really passionate about teaching, is for people to really know and understand themselves on a deep level, and being aware emotionally, physically, intentionally in their day as to what they're doing, and choosing to do something different or not do it, to essentially change and shift their reality into something that is aligned and that is true. Because a lot of the time, I think society, we're all conditioned originally, until we learn this, to accept certain things in our life, or accept ways of being, or accept how things are, and never seek to change them. And so now, like, we're entering more into a week where you're going to want to change it. And Mercury's moving into Scorpio towards the end of the week. So Mercury enters into Scorpio on October 22nd. So leading up to that all week, it's like we're at the end of Libra. You're really finding out, like, it's about what's aligned with me and what's balanced with me. And Mercury in Scorpio is alchemy through thought. So it's now changing and shifting those relationships, or realizing a certain way of doing something is no longer in alignment, and now going through that transformation. So I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but before Mercury enters into Scorpio at the end of the week, Mercury is going to form a square with Pluto before Mercury leaves Libra. So we're out of Mars in Libra, which was when we had that really challenging weekend last weekend. And now Mercury is going to square with Pluto. And a square is a harsh connection. And Mercury represents our words, our communication. And Libra has to do with contracts, relationships, justice. So, and you can see this there. I can't tell you how many news reports I've watched about protests and people speaking up and speaking their opinion and what they believe. And that's going to intensify, obviously. And this is the aspect that's going to do it. So we're really going to see that intensify this week on a global level. But in your own life, a lot of you are going to be about advocating for yourself. I think one lesson, I just thought about this before I went live, about how I've transformed being able to advocate for myself and my needs. And through doing that, through that action, I essentially am creating the reality that truly aligns with me. So it's like, even I'm someone that I'm very hyper aware of the things that I'm doing, the things that I'm thinking, like, are they in alignment with where I want my life to go, or are they working against me? So that's how you can monitor your thoughts. Like, we're not taught to really monitor how we're thinking about ourselves, what we're saying, what we're doing, what we're agreeing to. And Mercury in Libra is all about verbal agreements, contracts, and what we're agreeing to, what we're saying yes to in regards to other people. So there can be some arguments, there can be some upsets, there can be some verbal disagreements around those areas of life this week. And through that conflict, because now we're brewing and the last and final degrees of Libra, through that conflict, we move then next week into Scorpio season. It is time to sever those ties and move forward with your true self. So get ready for just a little bit of conflict verbally this week. And I mean, it's pretty obvious to say that we're going to see this on the world stage. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the congrats. So exciting. So the week will start to take an easier tone as we move towards the end of the week. So the same day that Mercury moves into Scorpio, Venus forms a trine with Jupiter. And Venus is in its stability right now in its fall position in Virgo, and Jupiter is in Taurus. So this is a earth trine. And Jupiter is retrograde right now as well. So essentially, this connection is all about, you put in the work across the board. For a lot of you, you've put in the work in something, you've put in the investment in something and the time. And now you're going to experience some breakthroughs around it. So a trine is a harmonious connection. And so when you experience that, especially in two earth signs, it's like bringing down the fruits of our labor. So that's some positive news. And we'll start to see some improvements just in Venus related things. So another thing too, we have to think about when Venus is just feeling challenged in the sign of Virgo. This also can mean some improvements to past challenges. And we just had that ferocious Mercury retrograde also in the sign of Virgo. And we just went through that Venus shadow. So this is really going to kind of bring back some of the themes and resolve them. Bring back some of the themes that we dealt with during Mercury retrograde. What was held up? What was delayed? Now we're going to experience some resolves in that area of life. Also, the economy in terms of just the global, and I'll just speak directly about the US. There can be some deep conversations about that as well and the challenges. Scorpio season is always when there are some significant changes financially for nations, like just for the globe. But Scorpio is the sign of business, and you can just kind of take a look at fall and this time of year is always when there are just some significant changes in financial world economies. And we're in that final couple of degrees in Pluto in Capricorn. And then we move into Pluto in Aquarius at the beginning of the year. But this is now kind of finishing up the breakdown of some of these financial structures and just governmental structures that we've been experiencing since the founding of the US, especially in this country. So now we're experiencing the final change in those areas of life. But that's going to be another conversation that could be on everyone's mind, is the economy towards the end of the week. And then we have Mercury moving into Scorpio on October 22nd. And that's really gearing us up for the switch into Scorpio season. And we have the Taurus lunar eclipse, which includes the Scorpio sun at the end of the month. So this week is also gearing us up for that lunar eclipse, which we're going to talk about the following episodes from this. So now I'm going to get into each of the 12 zodiac signs. So we're going to talk about what's in store for each of you. And then I'm also going to consult the cards. And of course, I'm going to use my Black Moon Lilith Cosmic Alchemy Oracle, which is now available, linked down below. And might as well show off the book. Here's the book, in case you're wondering and curious and haven't seen it yet. All right. So let's get into each of the 12 signs. Full sip. Yeah, I was like, listen, this has been a crazy week into weekend in the world. Let's sip, okay? It's like, I'm telling you, folks. All right. So let's get into Aries. So Aries, positive shift for you around finances, your work, and money. So, and this is due to the Venus Jupiter trine that's happening towards the end of the week. And you're going to experience some projects coming into fruition after a period of frustration. And now you're going to feel like all of your hard work is paying off and there's like a light at the end of the tunnel. So there's also some progress going to be made with some contracts or agreements, and also in terms of your romantic life as well. Just some resolutions and progress. So let's tap into, you know what, for you Aries, I'm going to use the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. So that's also speaking to the energy of this reading, that like I think some of you Aries may have really felt scattered and kind of like just all over the place, or feeling like, yeah, things are just very like busy and intense and you're juggling a lot. So we've got the Two of Pentacles. Quite literally, you're feeling like you're juggling a lot. There's just a lot going on. It's extremely busy, and some of you may have been like battling a little bit of like procrastination, or just kind of getting caught up in habits that are just not progressing you. But like I said, with this week, with the Wheel of Fortune, it's like a turn for just like a time for change. This is like the wheels is turning for you, and now you're going to experience some positive progress in finances. And another thing about this card is it's just like feeling like budgeting and juggling finances and dealing with just stress around it as well too. Yeah, a lot of work has been going on, like a lot of work, arduous, very arduous for you, Aries. Kind of like feeling like it's just like going uphill, and it's just been, yeah. So let me tap into, let's use the Black Moon Lilith for one. Yeah, so all of that's about to break through this week. And yeah, you'll feel like you're receiving the fruits of your labor. Soul ascension, exactly, coagulation. So I think a lot of you are now ascending past that, moving forward. And you have to remember your eclipse cycle is right now since July. And when you're experiencing eclipses on your rising, sun, moon, it's a significant time. It's a time of transformation and change. So you're stepping more into your soul's purpose. All right, Taurus. So Taurus, so some of you may be ending a long-term business collaboration or stepping into new opportunities. And maybe some of you've been doing one thing, but now you really want to monetize your hobby or what you've been doing on the side, what's been a passion project for you. So this is a week a lot of Taurus are stepping more into their authentic self, especially when it comes to their work and how they show up in their career and in their professional life. This is a time of personal growth for Taurus. And this Venus-Jupiter trine is going to be a nice breakthrough towards the end of the week, especially in your creativity. So some of you could also finally get a financial breakthrough that you've been wanting. So let's consult the card. I'm going to use, of course, the Black Moon Lilith Rising Oracle. Divine Feminine Awakening. So I'm actually going to read. I'm going to read the interpretation. So Taurus, when you receive this card, it's a sign to awaken to your power. Eve tempted Adam to eat from the forbidden tree, which sparked their awareness of sexuality, good and evil, and initiated the fall of man. Their story could be interpreted as allegory for human enlightenment, ascension, and the divine feminine connection to the spiritual realm. This card indicates that you are growing in your power as a master creator. So this is all about tapping into your power, your knowledge. And some of you may also have really unique wisdom to share with the world that you've just not been sharing, or you haven't had the opportunity to. And so now a lot of you stepping more into that and sharing this. All right, so Geminis, for you this week, conflict around the home, family could come up for you, but towards the end of the week, you'll experience a resolution. This is because Virgo is in your fourth house, and that Venus that's been moving through there is really going to come along and bring some peace and positivity. So, some of you may also want to clean and declutter and change your internal world, your home, your sanctuary. Maybe it's not been the healthiest for you, and some of you may want to even want to move and change your home environment to make it better. And some of you may be quite literally eating food, indulging, having fun, traveling. And some of you may be also on top of it being called while you're traveling back home to deal with matters around the home as well too. So you're going to kind of be juggling the external world and the internal world this week. So Gemini, let's do the Modern Witches Tarot deck for you. So, wow. So, we got the Hierophant. And exactly, this is about stepping into your truth. This also can represent matriarchal wisdom. So maybe some of you, along with some of the family matters you've been dealing with, there also can be just some matriarchal wisdom, maybe from a grandmother or someone who's of an older generation that could be of value to you this week. Or you could be focused on this person. Clarify this. So we've got the Five of Pentacles, Gemini. So this is just like the card of just feeling, I think some of you may be kind of dealing with just some things with money and finances and budget. Maybe this is something that you've been grappling with for some time. It may have been inherited from family, just feeling like lack mindset, or that you never seem to have enough, or you always have to work super hard for your money. And so this can be in the spotlight for some of you this week, and wanting to change it, wanting to change that mindset. It's kind of like what I was saying with the mental alchemy at the beginning of the broadcast. When Mercury moves into Scorpio, is shifting your thoughts to transform what's going on in your reality. That's alchemy. And you are the sign of communication and thought. So even more so than other signs, what you think and believe is really important. It can come to fruition very quickly. So we've got here the Page of Pentacles. So this is also a nice breakthrough. A nice breakthrough could be from a feminine. It also can signify just a nice breakthrough and kind of receiving relief after just feeling a period of stress around finances. but you're changing your mindset around your finances and around your worth this week, and really knowing who you are and knowing what you're worth and knowing what you have to bring to any table, honestly. All right, Cancer. Cancer, this is a busy week for you. Writing, communications, marketing, if you work in those fields, may be at the forefront for some of you. On the other hand, some of you could be reconnecting with siblings or cousins, with Venus moving in your third house. And it also will be forming a trine with Jupiter later in the week. This is also signaling a time of getting social and eating and indulging and reconnecting with your network. So that is also going to be a big focus for you this week. So, I'm going to go with the Rider Waite for you, Cancer. Cancer. Interesting, Cancer. So the Fool. So this is like new beginning, but also fresh beginning. Some of you may, and a dog is barking in the background and then pulling this. Some of you may quite literally be getting a dog or dealing with matters around pets or a dog. It's a dog. I'm like, okay, that could be also part of it for some of you Cancer placements, Cancer rising. But also just the vibe of trying something new, new opportunities, and really kind of stepping into them with an open, fresh perspective. So, yeah, we got the Ace of Swords. So, this is breakthroughs, like I said, coming in. Some really positive news for some of you Cancers. This could be a new contract, a new opportunity to share your wisdom with the world, to communicate. Um, this could also be through your network, through people that you know. We've got the Three of Cups, like friendship as well. So, I mean, Jupiter is in your 11th house, and this could be through connections, maybe feminines, um, through connections from the past. So, this is going to end up being a celebratory week as well because of some of these nice breakthroughs. Cancer here. I'm seeing the reconnecting with my network. I'm on that job hunt again. And if you are, you're on the job hunt. What's interesting, I don't know if you're Cancer Sun, but Cancer Ascendant in most particular are having um, eclipses in their 10th house of career. So even if you're not Cancer Rising, the rising sign, this is why it still kind of applies to the sun sign as well too. So yeah, this is just a time of transformation when it comes to that area of your life. All right, Leo. So, Leo, it's time to clean up your finances and money this week. So, this is after a period of financial revision during this past Mercury retrograde. And yeah, you may have had some financial losses, but now you're gaining more momentum this week. And this is also a time where family and the home can be a focus for you with Mercury moving into Scorpio. And this is where it will join Mars towards the end of the week. And some of you Leos could be resolving some unresolved family issues from the past. And this could be a major focus for you moving forward through Scorpio season. And financial breakthroughs are coming as well. And this is because of that Venus Jupiter trine. So I'm going to do for you all, let's do the Black Moon Lilith alchemy cards. Oh. So we have Leo, the Black Madonna. So this is the card of being naturally royal and divine and queenly, but the outside world can paint you differently or doesn't see you as you truly see yourself. And especially Leo placements, you all are meant to shine. But if there is uncomfortable feelings around it or other people demonize you for your shine, you can hide it. So this is the card of a lot of you Leos kind of coming out of that this week and really standing in your shine and empowering yourself to do that. And this can be around, especially just the financial breakthroughs and your money and really learning lessons around your worth. That was that Venus retrograde that you experienced over the summer, which was in Leo. So now it's time to implement what you've learned with Venus in your second house now in Virgo. It's time to get practical. Like I said, so fermentation, patience, and maturity, all about practicality. This is the step in alchemy. It's like when wine sits and ferments, quite literally, and becomes what it is. But it takes time, it takes patience, it takes stability. And so I think that's something that has been a big lesson for you over the past couple of months. And you want like a stable foundation as well. Like Leos in general. Interesting, I was writing an article for Leo Rising for L.com. I'll post it when it launches. But Leo Risings really love, or Leo placements really love stability. So we've got Pluto here. So this is all about endings and regeneration. And Pluto has been playing a big role in the astrology over the past couple of weeks. And this week, especially with that Mercury square Pluto, it's like now time for endings so that there can be more solid and stable new beginnings. All right, Leo. All right, Virgo. So, Virgo, this is a period of rebellion and acceptance of self, especially around femininity. So, this is because we've got Venus in Virgo forming a trine with Jupiter and Taurus. And we also have the influence of Black Moon Lilith, which is also in Virgo. And so some of you could really step into your truth when it comes to your creativity, how you express yourself. Some of you could have the opportunity to do some sort of breakthrough project or creative talent that's really going to bring personal growth to you. And travel plans could also be a big part of the week for you. there could maybe be some romance or professional growth that also, or personal growth that also occurs on your travels. Some of you, this could be for spiritual matters. Some of you could be wanting to transform yourself through what you do and where you're going if you are traveling as well. But this is a big week of rebellion. And you know who is a Virgo that is actually going through a very archetypal Black Moon Lilith Virgo transit is Jada Pinkett Smith. And I did have it on my schedule to talk about it tonight, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a separate video, even though no one wants to hear about them anymore. We don't. But I do want to study the astrology because it helps us all learn about these planetary placements and how they affect our relationships. But just look into when that video launches, Virgo, look at that. But that'll kind of tell you and give you like the vibe of what's going to go on for the next 9 months with this Black Moon Lilith in Virgo transit. But this is really about feminine rebellion, self-acceptance, and the truth. So, and some of you could quite literally be writing or publishing or speaking your truth through your words as well. So with that said, let's do the Witches deck. All right. So we have the Hanged Man, and it actually came out in reverse. And I think now actually you had been in a period of standstill with certain things. And you've been going through Mercury retrograde in Virgo over the past couple of weeks that now has ended. So now with the Hanged Man in reverse, some of the stagnancy and delays are moving forward. So Virgo, that's really good news. This week is going to feel like more forward momentum, especially also with that Venus Jupiter trine that's happening towards the end of the week. We have the Lovers, Virgo. So for some of you as well, with Venus is the planet of love and relationships. So some of you could have some positive breakthroughs. Maybe you now know what to do and how to move forward in a romantic situation. And the Lovers can also symbolize just partnerships, collaboration as well. And so now you're knowing how to move forward with business related things as well too. So like I said, we have the sun here. So it's time to shine. It's creativity. I think some of you may also be launching something as well too into the spotlight, some of you Virgos, and opportunities coming in that you did not foresee. Maybe, yeah, this period of stagnancy, you're like, oh, is anyone going to be ringing my phone and booking me or buying things, or are things going to improve? Are opportunities going to start coming in? And now you can see the sunshine, and they are this week. So this is a nice time of positive breakthrough for you, Virgo. Let's move on to Libra. So Libra, to put it lightly, you've been on the cosmic chopping block for the past couple of weeks, and we're now in the final days of your season. This has been an intense Libra season for you all. And you're going to feel like this week it's going to shift with Mercury and Mars now both moved out of your sign and into Scorpio. And so this is going to turn your attention towards your finances, the material aspects of your life. And I think a lot of you now are really going to be having conversations and discussing change that is more in alignment with your value. So uncomfortable discussions around money and your worth can come up for you this week, Libra, but it's really all about empowering yourself. And yeah, you get what you ask for, you know? So why not ask for the best so that you'll receive the best? But one thing that's interesting, because even if just the practice of asking for the best or expecting the best, even if it may take 10 times of you asking for something or elevating what you ask for or expanding your capacity to receive something, that just essentially brings you closer to receiving that versus not ever believing that you can receive something. So say it's like, okay, I'm going to start out first opening up my capacity to receive $10,000, right? You're not going to start with, I'm going to receive $1 billion, but starting smaller then helps you increase your frequency and work your way up. So, and you can do that with anything. And the key is to not be disappointed when you don't receive it right away. The key is to hold on to that belief and really increase your frequency and your capacity to receive that amount of money or those things. So we've got the nodes of the moon: release, clear, and align. And what's interesting actually is the south node, which is what we're clearing, is in Libra for the next 18 months. And you've just had the solar eclipse there in Libra. So this is a time of releasing and clearing and aligning with what and who truly aligns with you. So we're actually going to let's read over this. So the nodes of the moon: prepare yourself. Life changes are coming. Of course. When the nodes of the moon card appear, direction and shifts are heading your way. You are releasing limiting habits, old behaviors, and situations that have blocked your progress. Talents, ideas, and new opportunities will soon emerge, creating pleasure in your life. While change can bring discomfort, it's important to surrender. So when you have Libra in your South Node, it's all about surrendering in the area that you have it, and it's all about you. So this is about changing who you are and aligning with you, the true you. And the thing, I think, because the sun is in its fall position in the sign of Libra. So, and the reason why is the sun is actually exalted and hyper comfortable in Aries, the opposite sign of Libra, because Aries is about the self. The sun is the self, right? But when the sun is in the sign of relationships, that's when it can be a challenge, because Libras they focus on finding themselves through others instead of actually finding themselves. So this week is, we've got that Mars, the Mercury Pluto square before Mercury moves. So there can be a lot of verbal conflict around you and who you are. So the next card also that I pulled is conjunction. So becoming whole again as well. And this is the part phrase in alchemy where you basically come back together after you've gone through a big release and you've changed certain things about yourself and your identity. It's when you pick up the pieces and you bring them all back together. So I think that also is going to be a big theme for you as we lead up to Scorpio season, is like having to release certain things, having to release certain people, and then coming whole again. Elevated status and honor your individuality. Like I said, we've got Black and Lilith in Aquarius and Capricorn. So yeah, it's like you're elevating your status, but you're also learning how to honor yourself, this is like the big challenge for Libra suns in this lifetime, Libra ascendant, Libra placements, is honoring themselves, honoring their individuality, even though it's in their nature to find themselves through others first. So Scorpio, we're headed towards your season. I should say our season. So your connections are coming through for you this week, Scorpio. So this is a week of breakthroughs and rewards for all of your hard work. And get ready for some new opportunities, ideas that are coming through your network and those that you know. So some of you could get a positive contract that could bring some nice rewards to you, some positive, also just connections with peers and friends that can happen over the next week. And also just some positive breakthroughs around relationships because you've got Taurus in that area of your life. So a nice week of growth for you, Scorpio. Get into your cards. All right, Scorpio. So we've got the Two of Pentacles. And we have the Knight of Swords. So after a period of just delays, maybe there have been some money hung up or in the balance or just not coming. It's coming with a quickness. So this week is going to speed up. Knight of Swords is really all about that fast communication, swift changes. Yeah, that's going to be the vibe as this week progresses. So that's going to be nice to experience some. Oh, nice. The sun just popped right out. So, I mean, quite literally, not this week, but next week, Scorpio season starts and the sun will be in your sign. So, leading up to your season, this is like some opportunities to shine are coming in for you, Scorpio, and you are really stepping into yourself, into a more authentic time. You're also coming off of that big eclipse cycle that started November 2021. So a lot of you are really feeling more empowered in your Scorpio-ness. So we've got the Knight of Wands. So this is another fast moving card. And this is really all about fast moving creativity, speeding up of energy, of time, of movement. So yeah, the cards are also in alignment with this time of breakthroughs for you, Scorpio. A lot of earth energy that's complementary to you and bringing your work and what you've been doing down into reality in a positive way. So, Sagittarius, it is time to clean up your career and professional life this week. So, Venus in Virgo is bringing luck and organization. If you've or your career or that professional area of your life has felt a little bit messy, this is now coming to clear things up. So, this is a great time for just thinking about where you see yourself going, what you want to do, what your life path is, because this is a nice time of breakthroughs in that area of your life. As a result, also, your schedule is going to fill up this week. You're going to be feeling like you're really like extremely busy. And this is also a time where you may change some health habits or change how you are navigating your daily routine. It's also important to be mindful of not overloading yourself this week with tasks. And as Mercury moves into Scorpio towards the end of the week, you're going to feel like you're kind of cleaning out some mental cobwebs. This can be just around ways you hold yourself back from abundance or from the things that you desire in your life. How do you self sabotage those things? That's going to come up as Mercury moves into Scorpio because it's moving into your 12th house. And that's where all of that subconscious stuff sits. So that's going to be in the forefront this week. So with that said, I'm going to use the Black Moon Lilith Alchemy card deck. Ooh. Oh, wow. Okay. We got Mercury. It's like I said, I mean, quite literally, it's in your head. Oh my gosh, it's like that song, in your head, in your head. I'm not going to start singing for a living, don't worry. But it reminds me of that song by the Cranberries because it's all in your head. So I think this week is going to be a big week when you're dealing with just like your mental thought processes, maybe just some mental health um, things are going to be in the spotlight for you. And it's really all about communication for you this week and gaining that mental clarity, but also releasing. So I'm actually going to read from the booklet for you. So when the Mercury card appears, it's time for you to tap into the alchemy of your thoughts, speech, and the written word. All is mind, and your words are the spells that fashion the masterpiece of your reality. This is the Hermetic universal law called mentalism, and a powerful manifestation practice to integrate during your alchemical journey. Your thoughts and words create the frequency and vibration that attract the people, places, and things into your life, Sagittarius. When you receive this card in an oracle reading, the opportunity to speak publicly as well, because that could also be in terms of your professional life and getting more of a platform to share your knowledge. Be confident in your voice and don't be afraid to share your ideas with the world. So, this is really all about, like I'm saying, just some of the subconscious mental aspects that block us from things. That's really going to be in the forefront for you, Sag. All right. Ah. All right, so we've got the sun. The sun, your soul's purpose. It's a great card. And we've got exaltation, master, manifester. So I'm saying is when you are embodying your sun actually as well, you are more in the exaltation phase. This is like one of the last phases of alchemy when you are embodied in yourself and what's aligned with you, and everything is natural, normal, and easy. And you obtain everything you need to boost and elevate that reality. And you basically manifest through living out your truth. So I think that's a place that you're going to realize this week, this is all in my head that I haven't shifted over to that yet. So I'm going to focus on first changing the thoughts about myself, and that's going to then radiate outward and reflect back to me. So this is a big week of really kind of eliminate ways in which you hold yourself back and what in your mind is kind of causing that. So it's a great introspective week. All right, Capricorns. So for Capricorn, especially rising, travel, enjoyment, expansion through your work could be a theme for you this week. Some of you could also be focusing on children, or this could be around fertility, or some of you may have had a recent change in the area of their life. There's also a busy time for you socially, and some of you Capricorn places could be reconnecting with your network, enjoying life, traveling, indulging in what other areas have to offer, other parts of the world have to offer. And this is also a time some of you may be connecting socially, reconnecting with your network. And Capricorns, because you have Scorpio in that area of your life, you're very choosy when it comes to your friendships. So as we head into Scorpio season and Mercury moves into that sign with Mars, some of you may be motivated to kind of rethink and shift some of the people that you surround yourself with. So let's do the right. So that could be a theme, is kind of cleaning out the acquaintance closet, which is always healthy to do that, you know? Wow, yeah. So we've got the 9 of Wands here. And yeah, this is just like confirming. It's just like a lot of conflict battles. You've had that Mars Pluto square since last week. So now you're coming outside of that and kind of really taking a look at, like, okay, this conflict is happening for a reason. Do I need to make changes? Do I need to shift who's in my life? Do I need to change and shift who I surround myself with? Sometimes through conflict, we make realizations, or we have realizations. Yeah, so we've got the 8 of Cups. And so some of you might quite literally receive, we've got the Empress as well. So some of you may receive a better opportunity. This is also, it's really interesting because for you specifically, some of you may receive some support and some help from divine feminines in your life. This is also a card of just Venusian indulgence. So right now, a lot of you can be just really like enjoying life. So that's also the Empress, but you're stepping more into leadership in what you do. And maybe you weren't really valued before. But like I said, this is a week. It's all about knowing you and knowing your value. And you're walking away from things that are not serving you. Yeah. So we've got, it's like you worked hard, but maybe you just weren't receiving recognition. So now you're moving on. You're moving on. So a lot of you Capricorns are really like bossing up, moving on, you know, bossing up, moving on, and kind of carving out people that are just not to be trusted as well. So that's another thing that can be a theme for Capricorns during Scorpio season with that Mercury Mars in your 11th house in Scorpio, is kind of cutting out the fat, cutting out the people that are not to be trusted, Capricorn. Capricorn Sag cusp here, great insight. That's what's going on for you. So if you missed Scorpio at the end of the broadcast, you can fast forward or rewind. You can rewind back. And usually I'll put the minutes sometime after. So you can also check them out there. So let's move on to Aquarius. So, Aquarius. So for you, financial realizations are coming for you and are going to be leading to positive resolutions later in the week. So some of you, this could be around inheritances or family related financial matters, and some of this could be home related, maybe around home contract, financial debts, loans, and some of you could maybe even be investing in certain things for your home or dealing with structural things. And there's a lot of movement and change also occurring in your professional life. So some of you may be asking some tough questions like, am I on the right path? Is this where I want to be? Is this change necessary? And so the cosmos are really encouraging Aquarians this week to really choose themselves and to choose what they want to do. And now let's get into your cards. So I'm going to do the Witches deck for you guys. We've got the Knight of Cups. So, yes, this is emotional breakthroughs. This is also, this is like the card of like resolutions as well. So, some of the just challenges you've been having, and this could be around the financial, the family, that is like, it's kind of like a truce card. So, maybe just some positive um, conversations are coming in to kind of solve just what conflict has been happening for you. Let's see. So we've got the Nine of Wands. So this is, it's interesting. That was Capricorn. I think I pulled that from the other deck. So maybe some of you might have Capricorn placements in addition to Aquarius. But we've got the Nine of Wands. So this is the card of just conflict, hard work. This could be verbal conflict. So again, this could be around finances and family. There could be just, yeah, some emotional conflict as well this week. But that's also coming to a resolution at the end of the week. And this could have been just kind of like an arduous situation, a lot of work going into. And we've got the Star, and this is actually you. This is actually the symbol for the water bearer in tarot. And so, yeah, this is going to be a nice time of breakthroughs after just a period of conflict. This could be a nice time for professional breakthroughs in how you show up, and can create some luck that you really, I think, deserve after just a period of just change. And so now you're really surrendering and choosing who you are. And just wait until next year with Pluto moving into Aquarius as well. So this is like gearing you up for that big level up next year when we go into Pluto and Aquarius full time. And that's going to be really interesting and life-changing transit for Aquarians. So now let's move into Pisces. So Pisces, if you're single Pisces, You can meet a potential partner or someone promising with a Venus in Virgo, and Venus will trine Jupiter later in the week, and that's a very beautiful aspect. And if you are in a relationship or partnered, this could be a week of breakthroughs in that area of your life and just some improvements in your romance life. This is also a indication that some new contracts, business collaborations, or financial breakthroughs can be on their way for Pisces placements as well too. And it's just something that you worked hard for, because Virgo is where this energy is truly lying. So it's really all about practicality and really building a stable foundation. And some of you, yeah, there could be just some nice contractual breakthroughs with Jupiter in Taurus in the 12th house, and just a nice period of luck in those areas of life. So let's do, since this is the love reading, I'm going to do the romance deck. This is for Pisces. This week is going to have to do with relationship. Ooh. So we've got express your love. Express your love. So go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So Pisces, I mean, it's the Venus at play. So a lot of you are really going to want to be more vocal about how you feel this week while Venus is in your relationship house. Or that special someone could want to be vocal with you. You may not be the vocal one. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens as well. So some of you could, yeah, like I was saying, like be getting to know someone new, experiencing just some positive breakthroughs, some new Pisces placements in your love life. Ooh. Passion. So this, I love this look, looks like a romance novel, but yes, passion. Mars is moving in, Mars is in Scorpio, and Mercury's moving into Scorpio at the end of the week. And that's going to really bring the passion to you. It's sextile Venus in Virgo. So I'm going to pull one more for you from the Rider Waite. But yeah, a lot of you Pisces placements are just experiencing a nice breakthrough week around relationships. And we also want to remember too, Venus is in her fall position in Virgo. Oh, wow. So we've got the death card actually for you guys. This is Scorpio. Like I kept referring to Scorpio energy, and this is just all about just back breaking work. So I think a lot of you have been really putting in the work. Maybe you've gone through just a challenging past with your relationships, and now that is ending. The death card is not, it's not like, oh, I'm gonna die, but it's basically about endings and transformation and change of things that have just been kind of patterns in your life. And maybe the need to, like, oh, I need to work hard, or I need, in order to have this, I need to have this. And so now that is going through a death so that you can really be reborn. Let's do one more card. Some of you may also be dealing with themes, which is very challenging, around death and change and difficult topics as well, if you're a Pisces placement. So that also is an indication of that. And we've got the Hierophant. This is Taurus energy, but some of you are, yeah, you're stepping more into an authoritative level, or just really sharing your talent, your gifts, your knowledge, your wisdom with others. This week is going to bring some breakthroughs in that, but this is also a week where there's just some nice positive breakthroughs and forward movement around love. And now's the time to break out of needing to think that you have to work hard for everything. That's also changing for a lot of you Pisces. All right, everyone. That is the week ahead. So now that we're prepped, we can really enter the week feeling empowered, right? So thank you all for watching tonight. I'm here every single Monday. So, and I also am going live random times. I'm posting new videos. There's a lot coming up for the YouTube channel. So definitely click the bell, hit subscribe if you love my content, if you love this video, and I will see you all on the next live stream on Monday at 8 p.m.